midweek crowd. You guys ready? Yes, I tell you about myself. I was born in 1972. Abortion was legalized in 1973. Yeah, that was a fucking close one. I got in right under the tag on that deal there. I did like a Pete Rose into life. Hey everybody, I'm safe. Because my mom and dad weren't. Here. Baseball season starts this weekend. Yes, we're very happy about that up here in this part of the country, aren't we? I grew up in the Bay Area. I live in Southern California now. A huge Giants fan. I bleed orange. Yeah. Absolutely. I got to tell you, I was out in Reno at the Silver Legacy, and I was killing some time in the afternoon, you know, before the show, and I went down to the sports book lab. This is last summer, late in the year, and it was the Latino Hispanic Heritage Day, the Fiesta Gigantes, right, where they wear the jerseys. In case you don't know, if you don't follow baseball, the Giants were one of the first teams to scout Latin America and the Dominican. Juan Marichal, Orlando Cepeda, so a couple times a year, they wear jerseys that instead of saying the English Giants, it says the Spanish version Gigantes. But this right before the election is going on last fall. Of course, everybody's being very opinionated, and I'm sitting there at the sports book in Reno, and a gentleman who looked very much like Kenny Rogers. And I know that's like 75% of the dudes in Reno, but one of them sat down next to me, and he starts right in. You know, he's like, "Oh, Gigantes, that's a disgrace. This is the American pastime. Gigantes, what the hell? They're just trying to pander to all them illegal fans is what they're doing. They're just pandering. They're trying to get the illegals on their side so they'll win." And I listened to a little bit of it before I finally turned to the guy and said, "Yeah, but what about the other 81 road games per season where the team wears those gray jerseys that say the Spanish word San Francisco?" He got up right away. He said, "Fine, I'm out of here. I'm a San Diego Padres fan anyway." That's right. At least you know when to walk away, know when to run. Which is more than I could say for former Giants manager Felipe Alou. He could have walked away a couple of years earlier, let's face it. And he never knew when to run. He didn't know when to sacrifice. He didn't know when to go to the bullpen. But play catch with your kids. It's springtime. Play catch with your kids. Especially if your child asks for a pitch back for his or her birthday. Fucking save yourself a broken window, get your ass off the couch and go play catch with the kid. You know, it's a very important thing to do as a parent, whether you have a boy or a girl. It's very symbolic of a parenting-child relationship. You're taking something and you're giving it back, and you're taking something and you're giving it back, and you're taking something, and that's what raising kids is all about. Look, if you don't. Look, here's what you do. Get off of your precious couch, go outside, play catch with your kid for a while, then go back into the couch and watch the movies Field of Dreams and Children of the Corn back to back. You'll realize the importance of playing catch with your kid. You don't want to be caught by surprise. Damn, Malachi throws a hell of a cutter. Baseball, it's America's pastime because it's always been at the heart of the immigration issue. Has always been a huge part of baseball. Even going back to the old days, I know everybody on the major league teams, half of them now got last name ends in Z, and that's obvious. But it's always been that way. Before it was, like the DiMaggios and the players from Europe that were coming over, and it was an opportunity in the early 20th century for somebody from overseas with athletic ability to make their mark in America here. And it continues to happen. Every team has an academy set up down in the Dominican. You get these stories of these guys that are playing ball with a cardboard milk carton as a glove, I mean, that's some cool shit, man. And the immigration issue plays in big time. This time last year, the big story in baseball, last spring training, was about the Cleveland Indians pitcher, Fausto Carmona, who it was found that he was playing underneath of a stolen or an assumed identity. The Indians had no idea they were getting a player to be named later. Of course, once they found out that he was a couple of years older than what is on the back of his baseball card, the Indians wanted to sit down and renegotiate that contract because it's the American pastime. Not just baseball, renegotiating contracts with Indians. You guys almost gave up on that bit. That's the difference between that of the previous show and this show. I got a tagline for it. It only took me 12 years to come up with it. I'm going to stick with baseball while it's going because we're recording right now. Do a theme album out of this. Barry Bonds got dissed on the Hall of Fame. Yeah, I said dissed. I know a lot of people say, oh, he don't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. He cheated. First of all, when Barry Bonds was playing, the substances he's accused of taking were not against the rules of baseball. They were only against the law. That is the ultimate team player right there. He's willing to fucking do time, or at least make one of his buddies do some time for the good of the team. My family, my dad and my grandfather, they all come from the East Coast. They were Giants fans out there. And then in 1958, the Golden Gate saw the Giants marching in. My grandfather got a can of dirt from the polo grounds and quit his job and moved the family out here. That's how much he loved the team. And until recently, they had always been coming in second place, just coming this close, this close. We waited for this. And all the Bonds years, it was coming so close and it was so frustrating. And I hadn't seen him win one World Series in my whole life. And as far as I was concerned at the time, anybody not doing steroids on the Giants is not fucking trying hard enough. I'm paying to see the best. I ain't paying $75, $80 a ticket. I don't give a shit if you're going to die 10 years earlier. Let's do this, man. Everybody wants to say, oh, well, that's not fair. As if all of them aren't doing it. They say, oh, it's not fair. He had an unfair advantage over players that set the record previously, like Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth did not have to play against black people. Worried about being so fucking fair. Everybody's got this preoccupation with making everything fair. Look, life ain't fucking fair, man. The only fair is a home run that wraps around that pole. That's what's fair. You know, what, are we only going to do this to athletes? Why do we only do it to athletes? You know, we need to be looking at these people as an example for unions. Man, a Walmart is just as big as an NBA arena. The difference is that fucking employees are making $8 an hour. You know, the money's there, you know. Why don't we do it? Let's redo the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, too. Just to be fair, because we've got to make sure everything's fair. And I'll tell you what, if you ever smoked some weed and then wrote a kick-ass rock and roll song,